If jacking off was a competitive sport, what would some team names be? New York Yankees versus the Boston Red Sox. Or the White Sox. Chicago Rubs. Detroit Tuggers. Oakland D's. The Minnesota Snowballs. San Francisco Giants. The Toronto Blue Balls, always the worst team in the league. Are we just ignoring that op just made jerking off a team sport? Teams often have to pull together to make things come off. Teams have to come together to pull it off. This is a sticky subject. Hope we execute the comments well, or there will be an internet mess to clean up. Utah Jizz. The Denver Nuggets. Anyone know the Toronto Raptors are playing later? San Antonio Spurs. Chicago Bulls. Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nuts. Portland Mail Blazers. The Seattle Seamen. Seattle Super Seamen. That was before they relocated to the Thundercocks. Adds another layer to the term Choklahoma. As a Thunder fan, I need to kill you for this. The Death Grippers. Chicago would have the Chubs and the White Cocks. Chicago has quite a few. Chicago Chubs, Chicago White Cocks, Chicago Blackhawks. Wouldn't even need to change the Bears or the Bulls. Bear versus Bull? Where is the courier? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling it must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, this game was rigged from the start. Shoots a massive load on the back of the courier's head. It'd be even funnier if it wasn't a massive load. Just a tiny pathetic drip. Master batters. I played a baseball team with this name once. The Louisiana Long Schlongs. San Francisco 69ers. Their legendary coach, Steve Spurrier, pioneered the paradigm-shifting 3 meters offense, mutual mouth masturbation. The Washington Foreskins. The Washington Fapping Team. Thank you for changing it. I am uncircumcised, and was terribly offended by the Washington Foreskins. The Jerks. The Jersey Jerks. Pornhub would definitely be a sponsor like Adidas and Nike in soccer. I'd like to thank my sponsor Pornhub for providing an excellent and stress-relieving practice environment. Before we get to the competition, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors for today, Raid, Shadow Legends. Well, over here, the Netherlands, an online sex shop, Easy Toys, wanted to sponsor a football team, but weren't allowed. The Krusty Socks Manfapper United Nutbusters. Who you gonna call? I'm not afraid of no cocks. Username checks out. The Outback Jackaroos. Miami Friction, with Burning Hand as logo. Miami Beat. Miami Meat. Louisiana Lefties. Finally, someone on Reddit acknowledging my home state. Finally, someone on Reddit acknowledging my jerk-off hand. I'm left-handed and my right hand is useless for pretty much everything, but using my left hand to jerk off just doesn't work. It amazes me to no end. Same thing, just opposite sides here. The come and goes. Pro Redditors. In an all-female league, Boston's team would have to be called the Beantown Flickers. The Beantown Flickers, playing against the Kansas City Queefs. Lock and Load. The Californian Cumstains. Green Bay Packers. I don't have a good answer for your question, but I bet there'd be some stiff competition. The White Sox. San Francisco Strokers. Are all female teams allowed in? Of course. The Clam Franciscos. California Clamsmackers. Maryland Muffbusters. Washington Gizzards. Redskins. The Washington Foreskins. The Jizz Fizzlers. The Dallas Cumboys. Green Bay Whackers. Seattle Seahawks. Toronto Faptors. Mighty DKS. Fap, 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 Fap. 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 Fop. 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 Fap. Their team chant writes itself. Off all the time because you can't beat off all the time. Manbusters United. Arsenal. The Denver Trouser Snakes. The Carolina Night Sweats. The Chicken Chokers. South Carolina Gamecocks. Edit, my apologies, apparently this is already taken. Toronto Faptors. San Antonio Spurts. The Sure Shots. The Rain City Jacks, if you know, you know. It's funny thinking the internet was originally enabled for the public access to science research and other academic endeavors. As most of the non-military content of the internet was originally science and academic endeavors. Here we are 27 years to the month later. The Chokeland Raiders. Utah Jizz, Brooklyn Nuts, Milwaukee Busts, and New York Dicks. Utah Jizz. The Memphis Dry Rubs, the Fallbrook Fappers, the Saskatchewan Strangers. Cumadians. The White Knucklers. Seattle Splooge. Clemson Cummers. Minnesota Mutilators. The Vinegar Strokes. Houston Handjobs. San Francisco 69ers. That's all I got. The Fellatio Phillies. Most team names already work. Yankees, White Sox, Red Sox. If something goes wrong, Miami Heat. If they do it dry, Redskins. If they also do it dry, the Giants, the Pirates, Mariners. Because seamen, the Packers. If they go a little further, the Lightning. If they're quick, the St. Louis Blues. If they never finish, the Predators. I don't want to explain that one. Most team names already work and don't need to be switched. The Masturbators. The SoCal Jerks. The Boston Boners. Timbru Team. The Houston Red Rockets. No idea, but I'm a team captain. Chicago Crust Sox. Washington Wizards. Why do we always forget about a woman's pleasure in these threads? Boston Cream. What do you mean, team? As in, they play together. Up and Comers. The Under 11 starring Cosby and Epstein up front. The Green Bay Whackers. The Tear Jerkers. The Rubbin' Romans. Cuccaneers. Willy Wankas. The Meat, when you win you just beat the meat. The Houston Fast Strokes. The Lumberjackers. The Masturbatoriers. Toronto Maple Leafs. Ball Strangles. Wankchester United, but that's probably only for the leagues where bukkake parties are allowed. Houston Texans. Bunch of beat-offs anyway. The Southside Jerks. Saskatchewan Skeeters. The Monster Baiters. Philadelphia Willies. The Jerk and Squirts, the Minutemen, the Long Johns, the Tenderizers. The Tallywhacker Jackers. Them Ducking Wankers. Rope-a-Dope. The Palm Packers. Tottenham Cocksplurts. Dallas Mavericks. Wagga Wagga Wankers. Seaman Up. Fat Boys.